Higher FOV is officially in the insider version of the game for testing, so I wanted to make a quick video comparing how different FOV settings look and feel in the game. The first and probably most interesting thing about having higher possible field of view settings is, well, being able to see further around your character, and I think that the best way to show this off is just to show you some comparisons of how the game looks at different FOV settings. First, we'll take a look at the game at 60 FOV, which is our lowest possible setting in both the live and insider version of the game, and now we'll switch it to 90 FOV, which is our current max in our live servers. Next, we'll take a look at 100 FOV, which is a nice in-between setting between our old max and our new max. And this is what the game would look like from the same position with the setting maxed out to its new max of 110. Just for the sake of comparison, I'll also put 60 next to 110 so you can see the difference side by side. And then here's the max settings on live and insiders side by side, 90 and 110 respectively. One of the biggest concerns, in my opinion, when it comes to having higher FOV settings in just about any game is distortion. The more you can see around you, the more distorted things tend to look, and we have a few examples of things like this happening in Sea of Thieves as you increase the FOV setting. The first and probably most obvious thing is things looking further away than they are. As you turn your FOV settings down, things tend to look much closer than they are, and as you turn them up, things tend to look further away. I believe that this is because FOV scales vertically in this game as well as horizontally, but it becomes really apparent when you max it out at 110. This effect also starts to cause a lot of distortion to things near the edge of your screen, which of course I see in other games with higher FOV, but it's not something that we're used to seeing as much in Sea of Thieves. For example, look at this wheel on this wagon. When it's near the center of my screen, it looks perfectly normal, but as I turn, it starts to appear larger and slightly wonky near the corners of my screen. These two side effects of having high FOV do give you a false sense of feeling a lot faster, so maybe if you're into that, this could actually be a benefit. It's kind of the opposite of when you turn your FOV setting really far down and you feel much slower. One interesting thing that I noticed when I was playing with the different FOV settings is that things that you can interact with, for example ladders, your wheel, cannons, or your ship harpoon, actually aren't affected by your current FOV setting, which is the same as it is on live servers, but I feel like it makes more of a difference as you get more of a range of possible FOV settings. Another strange thing that I had a difficult time trying to figure out how to describe, because I don't see this in most games that have an FOV slider with such a large range, is when it's down too low, it almost feels like your camera is too far forward, like your character's head is too far forward and not connected to their body, and when it's maxed out to 110, it kind of feels like your character's head is too far back. For me, at least in the current insider build, it feels like anywhere from 85 to 100 seems to eliminate this problem completely. I don't think that this is something that will really affect anything mechanically, but it makes it feel very off, at least for me. Obviously, everyone will have their own opinions about how everything feels and looks, but I think that if everything stayed exactly how it is right now, I'd probably play at around 100 FOV to have a great mix of the game not feeling so wonky, but also not losing too much of an advantage to players playing at 110.